prophecy of Hephzibah. The foreshadow of the end times of Christ's return in the New Jerusalem is found in the story of Hezekiah and his wife. Hezekiah, king of Judah, was considered, while he's ruling from Jerusalem, to be the righteous king. 2 Kings chapter 23, verse 25 says, "And like unto him was there no king before him, that turned to the Lord with all his heart, and with all his soul, and with all his might, according to all the law of Moses. Neither after him arose there any like him." And the wife of Hezekiah was Hephzibah. 2 Kings chapter 21 says, "Manasseh was 12 years old when he began to reign, and reigned 55 years in Jerusalem, and his mother's name was Hephzibah." And this is a prophetic foreshadow of Christ, the righteous king, ruling from Jerusalem, and his wife. And if you look to what occurred in Ezekiel, who was supposed to be the Lord's wife, you see that the Lord's wife began to become a harlot and practice whoredoms, and therefore she was cut off, and there was a new wife to be made. Ezekiel chapter 16, verse 2, 30, 32, and 35. "Son of man, cause Jerusalem to know her abominations. How weak is thine heart, saith the Lord God, seeing thou dost all these things, the work of an imperious whorish woman. But as a wife that committeth adultery, which taketh strangers instead of her husband. Wherefore, O harlot, hear the word of the Lord." Jerusalem was a princess given a crown, and therefore she was going to become a queen. She was going to be married to the king. Ezekiel chapter 16, verse 12. "And I put a jewel on thy forehead, and earrings in thine ears, and a beautiful crown upon thine head." And this is why Jerusalem boasts in the end times arrogantly about being a queen and not being able to become a widow. Revelation chapter 18, verse 7. "How much she hath glorified herself, and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow." Here is Jerusalem, that great harlot, in the book of Revelation. 17, verse 1, it says, "And there came one of the 7 angels, which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will shew unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters." And if you notice that the angel is shewing the judgment of the great whore, and he's the one with the vials. And the vials are prophesied from Jerusalem, on Jerusalem. And this is the one that's supposed to be the wife, but she gets cut off, and a new bride is made. Revelation chapter 21, verse 2 says, "And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband." So we see that there's a new bride here coming out of heaven that is a new Jerusalem, not the Jerusalem of old who became a whore, the one that was caught in adultery, fornicating with the kings of the earth, and was cut off. The harlot who killed the husband and became a widow. She boasts and says, "I will become no widow. I will not see sorrow, for she sits as a queen." But she's deceived. The Lord has a new bride, a new Jerusalem that comes out of heaven. In Isaiah chapter 62, we see at this time it will be fulfilled for this new Jerusalem. It says, "Thou shalt no more be termed forsaken, neither shalt thy land any more be termed desolate, but thou shalt be called Hephzibah, and thy land Beulah. For the Lord delighteth in thee, and thy land shall be married. For as a young man marrieth a virgin, so shall thy sons marry thee, and as the bridegroom rejoiceth over the bride, so shall thy God rejoice over thee. I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace, day or night. Ye that maketh mention of the Lord, keep not silence." And so the new Jerusalem that comes down and settles in Jerusalem, in the land, will be called Hephzibah. And the land on that day will be called Beulah. And this is the prophetic foreshadow of a King Hezekiah, king of Judah, that ruled righteously from Jerusalem, and his wife. This foretells the end times and the marriage of Christ and his bride for the new Jerusalem that comes down from heaven. And this is the prophecy of Hephzibah.